Hey, what's up? It's J.O. back for a weekly Forex analysis for the week of November 13th to the 18th. First thing I'm going to do is check out forexfactor.com, looking at the calendar to see what news events are happening this week that could impact the charts in the market. So right now, Sunday, nothing too crazy. I usually don't trade Sundays like that because of the volatility. And then you have Monday, bunch of yellow folders. You got folders for the AUD 7:30. So there's an Asian session, monetary policy meeting minutes. So there'll be some high impact news. So it could affect the AUD pair. So be cautious around that time trading. And then we get to Tuesday. So for Tuesday, you got some GBP high impact. Then you got 8:30 New York session. You got the Empire State Manufacturing Index, PPI, M&M. So this is red folder. So the New York session expect some high volatility, trading anything that has the USD pairs. And then you get to Wednesday. Well, there's also Asia session again for AUD, wage price index Q and Q, 7:30. And now we get to Wednesday. You got a lot of red folders. You got GBP pairs being affected this week. For that day, you have Canadian, the CAD. So you got a bunch of news events, bunch of folders red. So New York session should be high impact news when you're trading that. So be cautious, especially if you're scalping because of the volatility. And then there's a lot of news again for Asia session 7:30 if you trade AUD. So this week so far looked like a decent amount of news that's gonna affect the market. And then you got Thursday, week is almost over, and you have USD 8:30 high impact. You got some medium impact, and then Friday to top it off the week. Nothing too crazy. Mostly yellow folders in the market, and usually the best time trade is kind of Tuesday through Thursday, or in general you find a good setup with good risk management. So now let's look at some charts. Let's look at the US 30. So right now I'm looking at the daily chart. And as I can see on a daily, it's been pretty much a downtrend. Right now, the market's been crazy for like Bitcoin and under pairs. The Bitcoin lost billions in like a few days. So right now, there's a lot of factors affecting the market. But based off US 30 right now, it looks like we're potentially about to retest the zone area. So right now we're still on a uptrend from last week. So right now waiting for sell setups and trying to catch the drop. So depending on how this week goes with the news events, the market could literally do few retests. It could go up, retest here, and then start to drop. And this could take a couple of days to drop because right now we're in a 4-hour chart. Or the market could retest here and then shoot up and then retest and then shoot back up. Let me go to the daily chart so you can see the bigger picture. So we could literally come up here and break and then play around in this zone here before we drop down. Or we could just literally come up here, retest here, and then shoot back down. Based on my analysis, I'm looking for to catch this drop. And this could take a couple of days to play out. If the market, you know, uses areas as a resistance by retesting the area where previous dropped. So we'll see what happens. So we're trading. You got to trade what you see. Now what you think. So ideally, I would love for it to play out like that and catch it down, but sometimes it may not happen. So that's why you got to have stop losses. And now let's look at some different pairs. Let's look at GBP USD. So pretty much last week, GBP was pretty much an uptrend, and you can catch these movements to the upside. Go to the forward chart. So the way it played out, it rejected past the 78 retracement and shot up. So we're on an uptrend right now for GBP USD. Let me go to the daily so we see more of a bigger picture. Okay, so right now on the daily, we broke this area of resistance, this red line. So right now we're in an uptrend. We could literally continue to go up, maybe retrace down, but continue to shoot up. So the next area on the higher time frame for daily for resistance is down here. Playing around these wicks. The back to the forward chart for GBP. Like I said, we continue going up. We could retrace down a little bit before we shoot back up again. But be mindful for the news events. And let's look at GBP JPY. So GBP JPY last week, let's go to forward chart. Last week, it's been on a downtrend. These are me back testing and testing different setups. But we broke this red line. This is an area of previous support. We broke that and we kept dropping. So it's an area of support down here. Show this red line. Let's go to the daily chart. Yeah. So we could literally continue to push down to here and play with the support, or we could literally push down, retest this area of resistance before we shoot back down. Just be mindful because the daily chart, each candle takes a day, so it takes time to play out. Next chart I want to look at will be AUD USD. So back to the forward chart. Right now, we broke a level of resistance. So right now we're on the upside on this pair. As you can see, we shot up. So we could literally potentially come down and do a slight retest and then shoot up still. Or we could just come down gradually and then shoot up. But overall, right now, we're on an uptrend for this pair based off what happened last week. And USD CHF. So right now, we're on a downtrend. We broke this area of support. We were creating highs. Now we're about to create lows and higher lows. So the daily chart, to the 4 hour, we could literally, come back up we could come back up for a minor retrace. We come down, test this area, come back up for a minor retrace, and then shoot back down. Or we could continue to break down through here. Use this as a minor resistance to retest, and then shoot back down. So just gotta be mindful the way the candle closes, because this area can either break it and use it as a retest to shoot down, or use it as support and then shoot back up and retest before shooting back down. And then for Euro USD, one of the most popular traded pairs, we are on the uptrend. So right now the dollar's pretty weak. Let's go to the daily chart. So as you can see, we were following in conjunction to this trend lines. And right here we had the movement of it slowly trying to like break through, which we break through pushed up last week. So I expect us to continue on a upside. But that being said, we probably might eventually come down to retest a little bit. Could come up and then come down to retest a little bit and shoot back up. So overall, I'm looking for buy setups. I might wait for the retest. We're now in the 4 hour time frame. So just be mindful. And now let's look at Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin dropped a lot in a few days. So right now I got a trade open actively right now. Just for a minor buy. I got stopped out, but the risk roll ratio 3.19, which ain't too bad. Still looking minor buy. But overall, let's go daily. We're on a downtrend for the Bitcoin. As you can see, we dropped crazy from last week. Now, might do a minor retest of support and shoot up before coming back down. So always be mindful for the retest. It is on the daily chart, so it takes time to play out. Let's go to our chart. So we get more. Okay, so right on our chart, there's right now clearing some highs real quick. So right now we could push up to here. So that's why I have my stop loss. So I saw a breaking structure for a minor uptrend move, retracement move. And now let's look at GBP CAD. Let's look at the 4 hour chart. So for GBP CAD, based off last week, it looks like we're getting in position for potential sell. So this is my ideal setup. Look for sell in the zone area and catch the drop. It looked like it broke structure, creating like a low here. So this should probably higher low and then create lower low. So right now I'm just waiting for the setup this week and looking for candle structures in the zone. Because we literally could come up to the top for almost like 100% retracement. So just be mindful. And GBP CHF, this is on a higher time frame, for our chart. Um, had the zone error for sell opportunities because there's a minor downtrend move right now still going continuation. So have the target still aiming down here, but it could take days to play out because market likes to go up and down. And you see, yeah, USD CAD. So for USD CAD, it's a forward chart. Ideally, I'm waiting for it to come back down. To look for buy opportunities around this area. Depending on the candle structure, I look for buy opportunities. Overall, it's still going to be a good risk to reward ratio. This is a daily chart, so it's going to take a couple of days to play out. But that's a 4-hour chart. Waiting for it to come back down. So this week coming up, the market could like shoot down, play around before it decide to like come up. Because as you can see, it took a while for it to drop. It played around for a few days before it decided to drop. So could play around for a few days before it decides to rise up. But if we come now past this area, then I'll change my bias. Let's look at EuroCAD. So EuroCAD, we're on an uptrend. It's at the 4-hour chart as well as the daily chart. We're creating a new high based off Friday. So right now we can literally, start to retrace down before we shoot back up. And that's pretty much my analysis for this week. Definitely trade what you see, know what you think, and practice good risk management and know when to get out of trade. And that's all I have for today. So if you have any questions, just send me up and keep me posted. And you already know we are out here. So peace.